French onion soup. Start with 6 tablespoons of butter, 5 sliced yellow onions, and 1 sliced sweet onion. Cook on medium-low for about half an hour. Then add salt, pepper, and cook for another half hour until golden. Add half a cup of white wine or chicken stock, also 3 tablespoons of flour, and cook for a bit. Then you can add your 5 cups of beef broth and 1 cup of chicken broth. Don't forget 2 sprigs of thyme and 2 bay leaves. Simmer for half an hour. To half-inch slices of baguette, add a bit of olive oil, salt, and bake at 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. Pour your soup into a broiler-safe bowl, top with shredded Gruyere, your toasted baguette, and more shredded cheese. Broil until cheese is nice and toasty. Enjoy! Let's make hot mulled cider. Start with 64 ounces of apple cider, about a cup of cranberries, a few slices of orange, half a tablespoon of vanilla, and a tablespoon of maple syrup, 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 star anise, and 2 cloves. Bring to a boil and simmer for anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. And that's it. Add some cranberries, a slice of orange, and enjoy! Let's make honey butter rolls. Start with a warm 1½ cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. Let sit for 5 minutes. In a separate bowl, add 3½ cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt. Combine with wet ingredients, knead for 5 minutes, and cover and let rest for 15. Divide dough into 15 balls, cover and let rise for another 15 minutes. Bake at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. For the honey butter, mix a 1/4 cup of melted butter, 2½ tablespoons of honey, and 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Pour or brush over the top and enjoy! Homemade pot roast. Start by searing 2 to 3 pounds of chuck roast in some butter. Add salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. To the pot, add a sliced onion and 1 to 2 heads of garlic, 3 sprigs of rosemary, and a few sprigs of thyme. You can tie them together if you'd like. Also, 4 cups of beef stock, and you can add red wine or beer. Cover and cook at 300 degrees for 3 to 3½ hours. And that's it. Enjoy, my love. Let's make a chamomile tea, honey, and protein latte. Start with 1½ cups of your choice of milk. Bring to a simmer, then add a bag of chamomile tea. Let steep for 5 minutes, then add a teaspoon of honey and your protein powder. Use a hand frother to mix it all in, pour over ice, and enjoy! Let's make breakfast pastries. Start by cutting your puff pastry sheet into 6, scoring a border and poking the center with a fork. Then bake for 12 minutes at 360. When you remove from the oven, push down the middle, fill with an egg, grated cheddar cheese, and bacon. Then bake again for 12 more minutes. And enjoy, my love! Make raspberry lemon cakes. Start with half a cup of softened butter and a cup of white sugar. Cream until fluffy, then add in 2 eggs. Mix in a 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, the zest of 1 lemon, and 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. In a separate bowl, combine a cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Then fold into your wet batter and add half a cup of chopped raspberries, butter, and flour your pan and bake at 325 for 25 minutes. Once done, let cool, and if you'd like, you can make some icing to drizzle over the top. For the icing, I used a cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of water, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And that's it. Enjoy! Easy lentils. Start with a bag of dried lentils. Pick through them, removing any small rocks you find, cover with water, bring to a boil, and simmer. And don't forget to add salt. In another pot, add 5 minced cloves of garlic, 1 chopped onion, and a chopped bell pepper. Sauté in a little bit of olive oil before adding a bay leaf, some dried oregano, dried cumin, and salt and pepper. Then add to your lentils once they're fully cooked. Serve over rice or eat alone. Enjoy! Make chocolate-covered strawberries. Start with some clean, dry strawberries. You can use candy melts or chocolate of your choice. Melt your chocolate or your candy melts, then simply take your strawberries. You can use a fork or your hands and dip them into your melted chocolate. Place on parchment, then let chill in the refrigerator. You can even drizzle some more chocolate on top. And it's really that simple. Enjoy! Make a happy and uplifting bath soak. Start with 2 cups of Himalayan salt and 2 cups of Epsom salt. Add half a cup of baking soda and half a cup of dried flowers, 10 drops of lavender oil, and 5 drops of lime, tangerine, and orange oil. Also, a few tablespoons of Himalayan rock salt, and if you'd like, you can wrap your salts in cheesecloth for easy cleanup. Let's make chocolate lava cakes. Melt 2 ounces of semi-sweet baking chocolate and 4 tablespoons of butter. Mix in half a cup of powdered sugar, 1 egg, and 2 yolks, 3½ tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and a pinch of salt. Pour into 2 greased ramekins and bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Let's make dulce de leche cortada. Start by adding 4 tablespoons of vinegar to a gallon of whole milk. Then wait overnight for the milk to curdle. In the morning, add 3 cups of white sugar and 2 cinnamon sticks. Bring to a boil and be sure not to stir or touch. Add the peels of 2 limes and bring to a low or medium-low heat. When it starts to turn a caramel color, you're done. Let cool and enjoy, my love. Let's make angel food cake. Start by whisking 12 egg whites and 1½ teaspoons of cream of tartar and a pinch of salt. With the mixer running, add 1¼ cup of white sugar. Once you have stiff peaks, you can add 1 tablespoon of lime juice and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Gently add a cup of sifted cake flour and 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Then bake at 325 degrees for 35 minutes. Let cool upside down and top with whipped cream and any fruit that you like. Enjoy, my love! Gingerbread waffles. You'll need 1/4 cup of melted butter, half a cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and an egg. Then mix before adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 4 tablespoons of molasses. In a separate bowl, mix a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Combine the 2 mixtures until lumpy. How cute are these? Enjoy, my love! Let's make snickerdoodles. Start with a cup of softened butter. Add 1¼ cups of white sugar. Mix until pale in color, adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla and an egg. In a separate bowl, add 2½ cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, mixing with butter to form a dough. Combine 1/4 cup of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice, and a tablespoon of cinnamon for the sugar coating. Bake at 350 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes and enjoy, my love! Let's make artichoke and spinach dip. In a little bit of olive oil, sauté 9 ounces of fresh spinach and a can of artichoke hearts. Then mix with a head of roasted garlic, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 8 ounces of Italian cheese blend, 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and a teaspoon of pepper. Place in an oven-safe dish, top with Parmesan, and bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Enjoy, my love! Let's make roasted pumpkin soup. Start by roasting 1 sugar pumpkin, 4 carrots, and an onion. Remove all the seeds from your pumpkin, spray with olive oil, and sprinkle with salt and pepper, roasting at 400 degrees for 50 minutes. Brown 6 tablespoons of butter with 6 sage leaves and 2 garlic cloves. Remove the sage, then puree your roasted veggies with 6 cups of stock. Add a ½ cup of milk, salt, pepper, cumin, paprika, and cayenne. Let simmer for 20 minutes before adding a cup of cheddar and a cup of Gouda. I like to top with crispy pumpkin seeds and that sage we set aside. Enjoy! Let's make campfire cider, you'll need 3 jalapenos, 2 to 3 cinnamon sticks, a lemon, an orange, 4 sprigs of rosemary, half a cup of horseradish, black peppercorns, and 2 heads of garlic, 1.5 cups of honey, thyme, half a cup of fresh turmeric and ginger, 1 red onion, and 4 to 6 cups of apple cider vinegar. Cover and store in a dark place, shaking every day for a month.